Hey, Penny. Hey, Rachel. Hello. Hopefully the storms don't come. The sky was looking nasty. I checked a couple minutes ago. Nothing so far, but I'm good. How are you? We've got some big ones coming towards us. I don't know how to predict, though. Looking at the radar, they're pretty far off, but let's see. How long did it take for that cloud to move? They're probably like an hour away, the really big storms. Maybe they'll peter out. You're expecting thunder, nothing major. Yeah, we got like... all day I've been getting notifications on my phone for severe thunderstorms and hail and a lot of wind. But lately, whenever we've been getting those alerts, it hasn't hit us. This looks like we're probably going to get something, though, because there's like a huge line of storms. It's just a big, massive red clump. It's going over Connecticut soon. Let's see. Hopefully people knew I was streaming today because I didn't do last week. I should make my live event for next week while we're waiting for people to come in. Back to Thursdays. What's the date next Thursday? 10th. Yeah, so if I just disappear, it's because we lost power. So hopefully you guys can let everybody know if I'm gone. Just, oh, Addie lost power, and that's the end of the live for tonight. We don't lose it as much here as I used to, where I grew up. The storms are just, in general, less intense over here. Usually. July 10th, 6 p.m. We might finish Ralph's Diary today, or we might need one more week. I'm not sure. But there's July, all of July, and I don't know if it's all of August or just some. I think it's most of August, but there are a lot of short entries, so I don't know. We'll see. Hey, Kate. All right. Well, not everyone's here yet, but I can tell you guys who are here, and some of you already know. But the news, actually, there's two pieces of news. The first one is about the diary. And the news with that is that we have a place for these to go off to. I have someone to send them to. Her name is Phyllis, and she's a relative of Georgia's. So the diaries have a place to go. And the second bit of news is that Ian and I are engaged. So we're planning a wedding now. That happened last Monday, actually. Ian had taken the week off for work. Yay, I know. I'm so excited. And, I wanted to show a picture, too. I think I sent you guys in the Diary Detectives a picture, but there's somewhere. Hold on, I have the pictures. Well, let's see. I won't show you all of them, but he did have a friend hiding, taking pictures of us, which I'm very grateful for because I was in complete shock. And I didn't know what was going on. Hold on, can I get it over there without... How about I do this? No. Hold on. I don't know if it'll open because I'm logged into two separate accounts. Let me try. No. Hold on. There's got to be a better way. Other than me changing my whole stream setup. Hold on. Oh, I guess I just sent you guys a picture of the ring. I didn't send you pictures of the actual proposal, so hold on. Let me do this. I'll put it in Discord, and then I am able to open it from there. There's one. And then afterwards, it was by the ocean. It was so nice. And after we got to go and take pictures. There was one that I really liked. These are all the pictures. Hold on, sorry. I'm trying to find the one. They're all good. Here's one. Okay, hold on. I'll open this one up. Maybe I can just copy it. I'll put it into Ralph's diary. Can you guys see that? That's Ian proposing to me. Oh, no, it wasn't our anniversary. Hold on, I can tell you. Oh, you saw it on Facebook. Yeah, I did. I put it in the Discord too, but I thought I sent the pictures there. I meant to. But I'll send you guys more pictures. But that's Ian proposing. And then there was one more. I have one on my phone that I just sent 2 of the same one to you guys. Ugh. I didn't mean to do that. Hold on. There's one that I really liked after that we went by the water and took pictures. But I can't find it. This one, I think. Yeah, we look very happy. Let's see, did that work? No, just did the same one twice. Control Shift S. Okay, I was hitting the wrong button. Okay, and then I promise I'll get on with it. It wasn't our anniversary. He surprised me. He told me we were going painting with our friends at this park down by the water near where we live. And I'm an artist and an art teacher, so I believed him. It's not like totally out of the ordinary that we do that. So we all went and they were all in on it. I had no idea. And then while we were painting, he was hiding the ring behind his, oh, I gotta show you the ring. That's right. Do I have a picture of it? Close up, I don't know. He was hiding the ring behind his canvas. I have the picture actually of the of us painting and me having no clue. Hold on. I can just copy and paste it. I hate how Google Photos doesn't let you just copy it from there. You have to screenshot it. That's us painting. And he took his canvas and he hid the ring behind it and he said, "Oh, Addie, come help me mix this green color." And he had it hiding behind. I was shocked. And then the pictures are being taken by another friend who was hiding in the bushes and I never saw him. I had no idea he was there. So it was all very stealthy. And, okay, so the ring, I don't have a picture on my computer of it, but I can try to... No, that doesn't do it justice. Hold on. It's really beautiful. Hold on, maybe I can... What's the best way to get it to my computer really fast? Oh, Drive. Okay. Actually, no, I have it on the Discord. That's the one thing I sent you guys, so perfect. Copy. Paste. And I will zoom in. So it's 3 emerald cut diamonds, a big and 2 littles. And I'm so excited because it doesn't, he listened to me, he asked me what I wanted a while ago, and I'm an art teacher and an artist. I didn't want something that was going to be in the way or stick up too much, and it doesn't. It's perfect. It sits low, but it's still beautiful. It's very nice. I'm very happy. It looks kind of vintage. I was going to tell you guys on the live, I forgot I was going to do this. I was going to say, oh, I picked something up from the antique store, this really cool new antique. I'm going to show it to you, but I forgot. But yep, that's my life update. Yes, it's definitely more of an older style, and that's what I want. That's what I wanted, so he did really well. So on that note, Was there anything else? I told you how he did it, so let's see. I know he did a great job. I told him to come down here to tell you guys, but he's shy. Yeah, it was funny. We actually started painting, and I think the plan was that we weren't going to start painting. Like, I don't think he wanted us to actually paint, but we were all set up. We started painting. So in some of the pictures, you can see he's got paint on his hand, and I probably do too, but it's cute. Congratulations, Mr. Addy. Yeah, I don't know if I'm going to change my name. Oh, yeah, that's so true. You expect a live for the wedding. Damn, I didn't think about that. I'll have to at least record it for you. We were talking already about, because we want to do next summer. So I was talking about, we definitely want a photographer, obviously, but do we want a videographer? And I was kind of on the fence about it, but then I saw a video of our friend's wedding, and it makes me cry every time I watch it. So I'm like, I think we have to have a videographer. And now I really think we do, because I have to be able to show you. Just throw us in the corner and we'll be fine, as long as we can see. If you guys want to do that, maybe I'll make it happen. Oh yeah, definitely. I'll make it a feature on the Patreon. We'll see. We're going to check out a venue tomorrow. We've actually already been there, so it's good that we do know it's a nice place and it's really cute. So we'll see if that's going to be our venue. Keep you guys updated. Well, if we want to do next summer, we do have to move fast just for the venue. And then after that, I can take my time. But things are already booking out. It's like crazy. A couple of places I reached out to are already booked. You won't have to wait long for the royal wedding. Yeah, you guys make me feel so special. Okay. Well, we're in July. We might make it all the way through July, just judging by how short some of these entries are. Yeah, so when I wasn't live last week, I forgot to, because I was in a whirlwind. Will be in a sewer? Yeah. Hold on. What was I just saying? I'm like all flustered now. Oh, last week after we got engaged, we were already planning on going to New Hampshire. And then, so I didn't know what days we were going though. So I was thinking maybe I'll cancel the live, maybe I'll still be home to do it. And then when we went, I forgot to like let everybody know that the live wasn't happening because I was just like on cloud 9. But that's what was going on. I was newly engaged and celebrating it. Can we just talk about the engagement for this live? If you want to. I don't know what else to say, but if you have questions, I'm happy to talk about it. It's a little weird talking about myself. I'm used to talking about Ralph. But I can type out Ralph's boring coordinates and talk about that if you want. I know it is, I've already a few times went to say, oh, my boyfriend, and then had to correct myself. Oh, yep, I could have some desserts inspired by the Diaries. You guys are so on it. Tied in line 1052 to, I don't know what this says, in AM. Maybe I'll show the Diary Detectives. I have one more cool thing that I want to actually ask you guys about, so I'll ask for your opinion. Worked on estimates in a little while. You need to have a tiny diary. Okay, yes, I was thinking about guest books, and I was thinking of getting like just from eBay or something, or even thrifted, a vintage photograph album, and having leaving some spaces for printing pictures from the wedding and putting them in later, and having people sign the pages around where the photos will be. But a diary is a good idea. Ooh, that's a good idea. To get a blank diary. I think I like that idea more. Where's Ralph working? He changed to printing. Yes. Oh, it's today's date. Wow. What is that? That's not a diary birthday. It's a diary parallel universe. He is working. Where is he right now? He's somewhere near Waterloo doing work on a dam, planning out a dam, I think. put hubs at slope stake. Don't ask me what that means. Yeah, any other guest book ideas or like cute little extra things I would love. The place we're looking at tomorrow is, it's a farm. It's not really like a barn, like you think of a barn wedding. But it is like a big room. It's all wood. It's like cedar wood. It's actually very nice. So it's definitely going to be, if we do it there, which I'm hoping it works out because I really like that place. It'll be like a, kind of like a nature-y theme. You could have the same date for your guest book, but all in the, hold on, let me read that again. You could have this, like, the same date for your guest book, but in all the past, like, 100 years, but all the same date. Oh. Oh, like, you mean display the diaries that I've read? I was thinking get a blank old diary and have people sign in them. Is it the Delaney land? No, I should ask them though. With what everything costs, like, oh my god, I wish I could just have a backyard wedding. Ugh. No, like a blank diary, but every day is your wedding date. I wonder how I would make that work though. I like that idea. How would I make it work? Yeah, that's what I'm thinking, Cindy. I'm liking that. You have no idea. Oh, okay, so it's just like you have to figure out now how to make it happen. I could get a bunch of different diaries and glue them together, but I think that'd be kind of... Maybe it could be like sign on a day that means something to you. You know, like you could flip open to your wedding anniversary. And then, I don't know, we're not going to have like enough people to fill every page, because that would be cool if we like read through it the first year or something, and on each day you have a message. But it could just be like sign on a day that's meaningful to you or wherever, you know. And then I could put pictures into it too. Maybe I could find one that's big enough for like the blank pages. We could put pictures. We could even do one of those like Polaroid cameras. Yeah, that's cute. Oh, maybe even have I've seen some people have the little Polaroid camera. I guess it's not technically Polaroid anymore, but whatever the one is now that people have on the table. And then they, as a guest book, take a picture of themselves. And we could do that. Like you could, yeah. There's so many ideas. I should write these down though. Hold on, OBS is disconnecting. Why? Did I freeze up? I don't think so. Yeah, keep sending them, Aoife. Seriously, I need ideas. What else did I had a couple of things. Oh, there was also this really cool thing I saw on TikTok. Maybe if any of you have done this, let me know if it was cool or not. But they have this thing, it's called After the Tone, which I can probably just open it right here. It's a wedding guest book, but it's an audio guest book, but it's an old phone. So it's set up so that when you pick up the receiver, you just hit the button and like you leave a message. And then the company puts it all together. I think they do it digitally. It's kind of expensive. It's like $200, but I wonder if it would be worth it, because then you get the audio of it. They can send it to you on a record or digitally, I think. There might even be other companies that do it, but I just thought that was a cool idea. So maybe a combination of that and the diary would be really cool. You only get married once, hopefully. Yep, that's true. I'm planning on saving on some other things. Like I'm definitely going to DIY a lot of decorations and stuff. So maybe that will be something that I do instead of something else. You think that's cool, Rachel? Yeah, I think it's cool. I think it's neat to have. I definitely want something in writing. But I also think it'd be cool to have video or audio, you know. What was I just going to do? Oh, I'm going to write down old diary. I don't know why I didn't think of that. I was thinking of a photo album. Which would be cool too. Because then people could write over the pages like however big they want to. But there's plenty of old empty diaries out there too that I could buy. Oh yeah, that's true, Rachel. They become much more of a treasure later on. No, that's okay. No, you're not lowering the tone. That's an important point to bring up. And then we could play the record or the recording every year. Be sweet. I'm sure people would leave messages throughout the night too, and you'd hear the music in the background and stuff. That would be cool. Okay, let's get a little bit more done on here. We might need 2 more weeks to finish Ralph's diary, but let's see. What about having your guests journal their day? Oh yeah, that would be cool. I could even, next to the diary, I could put like a little sign or something that says, yeah, leave a note, leave a story from your day, or whatever you want, you know? I know. Rachel, imagine the messages as the night went on. Holiday. Worked in office, party off. Oh, for the 4th of July. I don't know what this is. He must have started writing on the wrong day. The Irish weddings would be dangerous. Yeah, I feel like a lot of my family is going to get pretty, having a good time. Hubbed. I don't know what hubbed is, but something to do with his surveying and planning. I'm just going to put plus because I don't know what he means by that. 8:44 and 80 to 9:14. Cross sectioned station 925. I think it's station to 942. Did we determine that? I think we did. Took clearing and grubbing estimate 844 to 945. Oh, the wedding's gone for days. Yeah, I'm excited. So many things to plan though. It's kind of overwhelming. Once we get a venue though, I'll feel a lot better. That's stressing me out. Because I want to get somewhere that I actually really love and that's in the price range because it's ridiculous. I'm sure you guys know. I haven't searched for wedding venues before, so I didn't realize how crazy it really is. When I got married, it was 1 day. That was in 2011. When my brother got married in 2018, it was 3. I'd love that. A whole weekend. A whole long weekend. With Fletcher Johnson, I ran levels to highway bridge about 3 miles below. Finished at noon and went, yes, I do have a list started. Venue's the hardest part. The second hardest is the cake. Oh, I don't even know if I'm going to do a cake. If I do a cake, I'll do a small cake just to cut and have other desserts, I think. So, venue is the hardest for me. Because once that, too, like, you can't really plan anything else yet. Because you have to know where it's happening and what date it's happening on to plan anything else. So I could start looking for photographers, but then they might not even be available. All those things. Entertainment might not be available. Cannoli station, that's a good idea. I would like donuts, but donuts seem a little bit informal. But it's not like don't need to be fancy schmancy. I do love donuts. Maybe we'll do like cupcakes or something. We could do just a traditional cake, but I'm not like dead set on that. So, and that is another huge cost. You could have one huge donut with smaller ones around it. Yeah, like a donut cake. I love those. finished at noon and went to Garfield to get check cashed and paid party for June work. July 7th. Well, so any dress ideas? I do have an idea. I'm gonna send a picture to the Diary Detectives, I think. Because I'm not sure it's long sleeved. And we're definitely gonna try for July or August. Hey, Nikki. Hey, Maria. We're talking about the wedding. I don't know if you guys saw. I think you probably saw on Discord. I don't know. It's July or August, so long sleeves is kind of probably not advised. But it's not like heavy sleeves. It's like tulle. So I don't know. It's a cool dress though. So I'll ask them specifically. I'll send you guys pictures because that's what I wanted your opinion on actually. Yeah, so it's not like full sleeves. It's not like it would be super hot, but I don't know. I don't know if it still would. Oh, happy Diary birthday, Nikki. Hold on. This is for you. Yay. I don't know if anybody has any thoughts on that. Like, is it stupid to wear sleeves at all? I like the look, and I kind of like having my arms covered. Just feel like I'd be more comfortable. But, I don't know. I can't get this stupid pop-up out of here. You guys can't see it, but it's in my way. Forces me to open Microsoft Edge to get it to go away. There we go. No, we don't have a specific date, but we know we want the summer, so July or August would be probably the best because that's when I'm out of school. And then there's like some other stuff going on in June, so June isn't really a good time next year. So July or August on a Saturday, hopefully. Is he writing? Oh, Isabella on YouTube is saying, is he writing on a diary from a different year? Yes. He started writing in this book in 1904. And then he stopped writing for a while, and then he started writing in 1907. Nothing is stupid, whatever you feel comfortable with. Yeah, I'm just worried that I will be uncomfortable if it's hot. But I could always, like, bring another little dress to change into or something if it's really that bad. Yes, hold on, Nikki. I can show it again. Maybe I'll just leave these pictures up here. I'll keep them in Ralph's diary for a little bit. Hold on. Well, here, I'll put this back in here. Oops. I don't know what that is. Copy. Paste. I'll zoom in a second. I know it's small. Oh, you saw this one, I think, actually, but... Hold on. Just put them in here. And there was one more. Didn't I show you guys? I think I just pasted it in here. Hold on. Too many tabs all the time. This gets so ridiculous. But I have to have different tabs open for the YouTube stream and all that stuff. Okay. So the story is that he took me, he told me we were going painting with our friends at this park near us that has, like, it overlooks the ocean, and it was a really beautiful day. It was very hot, but it was the perfect day. And we've done this kind of thing before, so I believed him. And this is us painting, and the pictures are being taken by another friend who's hiding in the bushes. And I had no idea. And then he asked me to come over and look at his painting, and he had the ring hiding behind it. So then when I came over, he asked me to help him mix a green that he was trying to put for the trees. So when I came over, then I saw the ring, and he got down on one knee. And this is a picture of him getting down on one knee. And I'm glad they got pictures because I don't even remember that. I was like in such shock. It was not something I was expecting to happen at that moment. And that's my ring. Looks kind of antique. And then afterwards we were able to go down towards the water and take some pictures. Yes, it was totally unexpected. You know, it was funny. One of his cousins asked, "Oh, did she know?" And then the other cousin was like, "No, she doesn't have her nails painted. She didn't know." She had no idea, which is so true. The first thing I did when I got home, well, not the first thing I did, but the next day, I painted my nails and I took a nice picture because I was like, oh, my nails are gross. So that's that. I'll leave them up there, and if someone else asks, then they're there to show. Thank you, guys. Yeah, well, I knew it was going to happen. We've been together for a long time, and we've talked about it, and a few months ago, like 6 months ago, he took me to look for rings, so I knew it was coming, but I didn't know when, and I really didn't think it was going to happen at that point. I wasn't. I was a little suspicious when you can see he's wearing a little bit of a nice shirt for painting. When he put this on when we were leaving, I'm like, why are you wearing a polo shirt? Just wear something like a t-shirt. We're painting. You're going to get it dirty. He's like, oh, I'll be careful. And then he said, maybe you should wear something nice too. I'm glad I didn't catch on. I did have for a second. I was like, what? But then when we actually started painting, nothing crossed my mind because we were actually doing the thing. So we didn't get to finish our paintings. But now we both have half-finished paintings as a memento. Thank you. Thanks, guys. I was excited to be able to tell you. All right, what is this? S? G? Be an S. J? Maybe. I really don't know. We could look him up, but I don't know. It's not a lot of information there. The last name, I guess. He must be someone he works with. I don't know if we're gonna have an engagement party. We haven't talked really about that yet. Preliminary. From 11:48 to 13:08 plus. I would like to have one, but I don't know. Yeah, it's not Smith. That's true. That's true. We could look up maybe in newspapers first to find out what his first name might be. Now I forget where he is, though. Oh, here, we've already seen that guy, too. Garfield. Oh, and I didn't look up Fletcher Johnson. That's a good name. That's funny, I just typed this and I have no recollection of that at all. Yes, he did. He talked to my dad, which that's also the reason why I wasn't thinking that it was going to happen anytime soon, because realistically, we live together and we're always together. So I was like, he hasn't had time to go pick out a ring and pick one up and talk to, I wanted him to talk to my dad, but I wasn't sure if he was going to, but he did. And he did it all behind my back. Like, he really snuck it in. Probably costs a lot of mini easels and paints for the tables so everyone could. Well, I already have all that stuff because I'm artsy. So I just brought, these are all my little easels that I've collected over the years. And I just brought my paints. So we didn't buy any extra paint stuff for that, but it was definitely a coordinated effort. And our friends really didn't give it away. Afterwards, we found out, like, oh, they were so worried they were going to, like, somehow I was going to know, but I had no idea. Especially from them. They didn't, so the only reason, so he said he wanted to ask my mom, but the opportunity that he had to talk to my dad was actually when we were at my childhood home visiting, and my mom and I went to go drop something off at my grandma's house. And he said that was the only, like, chance he got to ask my dad. So he wanted to talk to my mom, too, but he was like, you'd totally know if I went there, just me, to talk to them. And he didn't want to do it on the phone, so that's the only reason. Why not? But, yeah, that's true. Ralph did make a point to ask both. I'm just going to put in Iowa for now, and then we'll narrow it down to a county after. And we'll say 1900 to 1910. Oh, hey. J.F. Laycock. Or Lecoq. I don't know. He's a stockholder of, or a secretary of some company or something. Okay, let's see what else. Secretary. Okay. He is the chief engineer of the Chicago, Anamosa, and Northern Railway. I'd love to find a picture of him. He's in Waterloo most of the time, or at least the newspaper is, so that's good to narrow it down. Not him. I wish there was an easier way to filter for photos. Can you do that here? I don't find that the filters work very well, but categories, yeah, they don't have like photos. I guess it might be hard for newspapers to recognize that. Oh, hold on. Do a picture for you guys at the wedding. A painting? He didn't. Okay, hold on. Make sure you leave a pic in your diary so whoever sees it knows what you look like. True. You can get little collars with bows for Claude and Basil for the wedding. Yeah, I wish that they could come, but they have never been out of the house, and I don't think they ever will if we can help it. They grew up in the woods. Their first few months of life were pretty rough in the woods, and they have no interest in going outside. Surprised Claude hasn't come around yet, actually. He was hovering. He usually comes right at the end. Somehow he knows. Let's see if I can find him on Find a Grave. J. JF. Let's see. 1942. Oh, it'll be John. Nope. I could find him on Ancestry. Maybe I'll look after. Alright, let me finish this. In PM, party made steaks. I don't know what, this is something he added in. I hubbed slopes slope stakes. 1 oh, that might be 1 5, and the 1 is hidden. 2 1 0 4 8 1 1 0 4 2 1 1 3 7. And I went with Mr. Laycock to Garfield, then to Office and plotted map of survey. Oops. And Eve. July 9th. Ran levels with Henry Williams. Rod on Maple whole line. Got to Garfield at noon. Maybe he's not working on the dam anymore. Maybe it's railroad stuff. Hold on, my dad's calling me. Hello. Do you know I'm on a live stream? You're not here. You're supposed to be watching. I am. Everyone can hear you. They say hi. What was it about tomorrow? Okay. All right, bye. He forgot. He's usually here. Afternoon, Mr. Laycock and I drove. He said hi, by the way. Drove back, getting high water marks. I think he's saying platted, and platted map and profile of Maple whole line. Party made stakes and hubbed slope stakes. Oh yeah, actually I think he wrote that on the wrong day before, because this looks like the same thing as he wrote on the day, the previous day. But I'll just keep it. Yes, his writing has gotten more legible. He's writing in print now too, which is like super easy. It's making things go a little bit faster, and his entries are a little bit more dry again in 1907. Yeah, this, I think it's turned into a work journal. He goes back and forth. Sometimes he's writing about his life, like in the 1903 diary, he was really like actually delving into his feelings a little bit. Now it's just all about numbers and angles. Clearing and grubbing estimate at 5 to, that must be like the number of, I don't know if he's talking about stakes or stations or what. Stumbled upon this, now I'm inspired to go continue writing a journal after almost a year off. Good for you. I always fall off the wagon too with writing. Does he mention Georgia at all? Hardly ever, sadly. He talks about, like when he's away at work, he'll mention that he writes her letters or he got letters from her, but he doesn't really get into very much detail. He did in 1903, and that was the year that they got married, so that was nice. But he's definitely lately just talking about work. And left in this diary, we have the rest of July. He wrote, I think most days in July are filled, but they're pretty short. You think it's 10:15, like 10 o'clock? Oh. Yeah. Oh, oh no, you know what? It's not even at. It's 9:45. Like, the number, he just said 9:45 about some. I thought. Like when he's giving these numbers, I think that's what it is. I just misread it. You think he's saying times? I think he's saying what it's hard to describe because I don't actually know what he's writing about, but he gives us these marker numbers almost for how long he's traveled or assessed or whatever. I think that's what it is. But he does tell us times for things too sometimes. That makes it a little more confusing. For this diary, we have the rest of July and then I think most of August. But they're all pretty short. So we can at least finish July today, and then maybe next week can be the wrapping up day. Laid off Kimball and Joyner. Why do you type them out? A couple of reasons. I like to be able to use the typed version to look back when we do research. We've been reading Ralph's diaries for a while, so we already know a lot about him, so we don't have to do as much of the searching back and forth. But in the beginning of a new diary, it's important because you don't know what people are going to be recurring when you first start reading. So by typing it out, you can say, like, oh, Control F in the document, and you can say, oh, how many times has he mentioned Georgia? And then you can find all the mentions and figure out who is Georgia to him. It's his wife. Or places, you can find out, like, what are the patterns with where he's gone. Or what kinds of phrases he's saying. So just, reading it, it's easier to forget what the content of the entries actually were. It's also just kind of like I enjoy the process. But basically to digitize it, to be able to search back. And then I do give these diaries to descendants if I can find them. So I will be sending these off to Phyllis, who is a descendant of Georgia's. Or I guess not direct descendant, but she's a relative of Georgia. And so I won't have the physical diaries anymore. So if I ever wanted to go back and research, now I have the digital copies. And then I can also share it with museums. I'll be sending it to a museum that helped me out a while ago with research, and other family members, they can get a digital copy if they don't have the physical diary. When did we start these diaries? I forgot. I had looked on my YouTube. I went all the way back. I could look at, you know what I'll do? I'll look at when were we doing the Georgias? Because that was the first one, the 1895 one. There's going to be so many videos. You believe I don't rewatch any of these either. They're just on there and I have no idea. Okay. It's not letting me scroll back enough. Sort. Let's do like oldest. Date published oldest. A year ago. January 1895. It says 1 year ago, but let's see exactly. I don't want to listen to myself talk though, so I gotta pause it real fast. There we go. 1 year ago, but does it give you an actual date? November 21st, 2023. That's when we started Georgia's diary. And this is the 6th one, so we've been through 6. Yeah, that's crazy. These were donated to me. I had done another set of diaries that I called the Weatherman Diaries. They were also in Iowa. And during that process, I had like some coverage on a newspaper over there to try to find descendants, and they published the story. And somebody who read that story had other diaries that they reached out to me and asked if I wanted, and I took them. So that's where these came from. Got back about 4, worked in office. I know it doesn't seem, I really thought it was longer. Wait, hold on. What did I say? No, I took it down. Wasn't it 2023? Yeah, it's still though. It's not quite 2 years. It's like over a year. Yeah. Hold on. Oh, I think I just clicked on my own live stream. That's weird. Hold on. It said 2023. Yeah, okay. It does. It feels like forever. But at the same time, it goes by fast. I remember I was surprised when we looked back at the Weatherman Diaries. Those were definitely, though, like, they were fuller. We've had a couple of diaries from this series that had blank pages and stuff. Yeah, this is, I think it's fun digitizing stuff. Okay, worked in office. Oh, that's it. Okay. July 16th. I wish we had Georgia's. Oh, is this real? Field is my last name. Yep, this is real. And apparently, Ralph had dinner with your descendant. My favorite time of the week. That's sweet, Celine. Thank you. With Fletcher Johnson. Ran Stadia? Preliminary. I don't know what that is. Stadia? Platted it up in the PM. So cool, Ralph. Platted it up. Yeah. 18 months of Ralph in Georgia. It's going to feel really weird to just like reset. I remember after the Weatherman Diaries, it felt like wrong to, you know, make a whole new folder first of all and start all over. But then, oh, really? Oh, that's weird. I don't know how to fix that. Is it really disruptive or is it something I can deal with? I could disconnect it, but it might be the weather. You don't hear it? It's weird. Let me actually check the radar. Because whatever was coming towards us looked like it was... Yeah, it's closer, but it's not here yet. It might get nasty. You know when you can just tell when you look at the radar, it's like this giant red, like... It could be cell phone. Yeah, I do put my phone right next to it, so maybe I'll put my phone the other way. Okay, I don't know if I was saying something. Remind me if I was mid-thought and stopped. Garfield. Oh, I think I was just saying, like, it's hard to transition from one group of diaries to another because I feel like we just get so deep into it. And it's never a clean ending because it's just the end of 1 year of this person's life and then that's it. You don't know. We can find out some things about their future, but okay. It's only very slight occasionally. It's like if you tapped your earphone. Oh, okay. I'll leave it be then because knowing me, I'd do something that would make it worse. The last time, I think it was last time, there was something weird going on with the microphone too. Went to see Brown about right of way. Then to barbecue. At least he had some fun. Got back to Garfield. About 3. Oh, okay, I'll go back. And met Mr. Laycock and came back here with him. July 17th is missing the word in. Worked in office in AM. Went to Garfield in PM. Where is it? Oh, the 16th. Okay. In PM. Okay. Thanks. That must be it, right? Yeah. Good catch. July 20th. With Mr. Whoa. I think I accidentally hit caps locks. Yep. With Mr. Laycock. Commenced location survey for change of line. 1096 to 1270. Oh, by the way, if my new diary detective Lori is in the chat anywhere or watching, I sent you a message. I'm trying to help you get onto the Discord if you want. So reach out to me if you hear this. I can try to send an email too, but I wanted to make sure I said that. Was sick but worked all day. That stinks. Working when you're sick. July 21st, 1907. It is getting darker out there. Mr. Laycock and I worked all day. Part in field and part in office. Continued survey of change of location. Okay, same thing. July 24th, 1907. What time does it get dark over there? It doesn't really get dark till like 8:30, almost 9 right now. And it is definitely, like, it's too early to be that dark. It's the clouds coming in. I can feel even, there's not a big window in here where this is the basement, but I can feel it getting dimmer. The window back there, that's the garage next to it, so you can't see the sky, but it's like dark blue. When Ian was on his way home from work, I went outside to see because it started to just like, I thought I heard thunder and it was off in the distance. It was like really, you know, when you just see that blue, like dark blue, it's like, ooh, that's scary. It doesn't get dark here till like 9:30, 10 in the summer. Yeah, I'm trying to think of when it actually gets fully dark. Probably around 9. I don't know, when is actual sunset? Or I guess because sunset is one thing, but then it does take a little bit of time after sunset. Sunset right now is at 8:23. But then I feel like it does linger a little bit. Like you can be out till almost 9. I don't because the mosquitoes are terrible. So as soon as it becomes evening at all, I run inside. It's such a shame. But oh my God, when I went to New Hampshire, I got bit by, it wasn't a mosquito. I think they have like a bad black fly season around this time. And I got bit on my arm and my whole arm swelled up. I thought I was going to have to go to the doctor, like urgent care, because it was just like, actually I still have the bite. You can't see it on the camera. It got a lot better. It's definitely like cleared up now, but my whole arm was like ballooned. It was gross. Diary birthday. Hold on, here you go. I'm in Massachusetts, but we were in New Hampshire when I got bit. Those bugs are bad. I forgot. One time we went hiking around this time in New Hampshire, and the flies are no joke. It gets dark at almost 10 in Seattle. That's kind of nice. When I lived in Boston, it was usually around 8:30. Yeah, I'm not too far from Boston, like an hour away. Now you're in... Is that Minnesota, MI? I should know that. Or is it Mississippi? And it stays light until 9:30 to 10. That is nice. Michigan. Oh. So what's Minnesota, MN? We've done this before. We've had the same conversation. Maine is ME, right? Michigan is MI. Minnesota is MN. What's Mississippi? MS? MS, yeah. We have had this exact conversation before because I think I made that mistake. My parents hardly get bit. My brother and me get eaten alive. Yep, even if 2 minutes. Yes, it's so frustrating. Ian can be outside all night and not get bitten at all. Or if he does, it's like a little tiny bite. But when I get bit, first of all, I get swarmed. Like if I go out to my garden right now, because usually I go out in the evening to try to water it because it's too hot all day. Instantly, there's like 5 of them around me swarming me. And I always get bit and it always blows up. Gets so swollen. I don't know. Type O blood. I don't think I have type O blood. I should know what blood type I have. I don't know. I just had to take my youngest to urgent care, or my 8-year-old to urgent care for a swollen mosquito bite. Yeah, it's like, it's nasty. I got, brewer's yeast. B vitamin supplements helps. Okay, I'll try it. I'll try anything. I've tried every different kind of spray. I tried the natural stuff. That was a joke. I don't know. But I did buy one of those, I think it's literally called the bug bite thing. And it's like a suction thing. They have them for ticks, but I guess you use it for mosquito bites too. You put it over the bite and it's like a suction. And I don't know if I'm going to try that and see if it prevents them from inflating. No mosquitoes over it. Oh, I think I'm moving to Ireland. That's the one thing about where I live that sucks. It does help? Okay. So do you do the, I've heard of that too, hydrocolloid patches work. That's just like the pimple patches, right? Do you do the bug bite thing, that like the suction thing, right after you get bit, or do you do it when you have them that are itchy from like a couple of days ago? Like, do you have to do it right away? Yeah, I'll let you know if it works, Corinne. Sounds like we have the same problem. I'm assuming you're supposed to do it before. Yeah, soonest is best, but anytime helps. I did try it on when we got back from New Hampshire. Of course, I didn't have it there, but I tried it on a couple of bites when I got home, and it seemed like it made them heal faster, but I wasn't sure if they were already like gonna heal. You do both. Okay, I'm gonna try both of those things then. Thank you guys. Yeah, the black fly bite, that was different though. That was, nothing was helping that. I was really worried that it was like infected. It was so hot and red, but it was fine. It went down. Heat breaks the enzymes down and stops the itch. Brewer's yeast makes it so you don't attract the mosquitoes in the first place. Okay, well, we're gonna be writing that down. I don't understand why they go after me. Taking notes, exactly. Oh, here's Claude. I don't know if you can see him back there. Coming down from his perch. He probably heard thunder and now he's running away. Come here! They're not particularly scared of thunderstorms, I don't think. I haven't noticed. They kind of just like to go under the bed and sleep anyways, so it's hard to tell. I don't know where he went. Under the couch or something. Okay. Finished location of change of line about 10 o'clock. Party made steaks the rest of the day. Mr. Laycock and I went to Henley's and got right of way and got back to office about 4. Lily's absolutely terrified of any loud noise. Ugh, hates storms and thunder. Do you guys do a lot of fireworks over there? That's something that, because it's the 4th of July tomorrow. I don't know if the cats will be bothered by. But that's a problem over here. A lot of people's dogs, and just like people with PTSD, don't do well with fireworks. And people set them off even though it's not legal. They set them off in their yards and everything. So sometimes it's not just in the distance, it's like pretty close. Our neighbors are pretty good though. I don't think they'll be doing any of that. New Year's, Halloween. Oh, Halloween. We don't do fireworks for Halloween here. That's interesting. Almost done with July. Had to go around by Garfield to get across the creek. I should probably go make sure we have flashlights. We have our phones, but I feel like our flashlights don't have batteries in them. We'll finish July and then I'll log off. Bonfire night is a big one for fireworks. Oh, what's bonfire night? It's all on, it's one night of the year. I like that. I guess 4th of July is the biggest fireworks thing in the US. And Memorial Day, which is another US holiday. Maybe Labor Day? I don't know. We're going to a friend's for a party, so I won't even know if the poor cats are bothered by the sound. I guess I'll know tonight when there's thunder. I've never noticed them get, like, super scared. My dog growing up hated thunder, and she'd go and just shake. I just felt so bad. When is bonfire? Oh. July 30th. Worked in office in AM. Showed Carter where a line crossed 15-Mile Creek. Mr. Gunter. Reminds me of Adventure Time. Anyone watch that? I used to watch that. No fireworks allowed in your area. Yeah, ours, it's illegal here too. But people do it. Well, they actually, they can do it, like, I don't know, you must need a special permit or something. Like some towns have a fireworks show and that's allowed. But I think the only fireworks that are technically legal in, like, backyard fireworks here are the things that don't leave the ground. Or maybe that's in Rhode Island. I don't even know. Yeah, I know. Some people, like, I don't like it. Some people in their backyard, they'll set off, like, the real fireworks, the ones that go really, really high, and it's so close to other people's houses. It just makes me so anxious. And all the people who get hurt doing fireworks every year, like, don't. I hope tomorrow our friends don't, but I think they might. I'm a worrywart. I'll be as far away as possible. Yeah, my neighbors they don't do that really here either. We have a lot of, like, couple of young families and some older people right next to us, so no one's doing anything stupid. In PM, ran line between Brown and Roberts as far as Swan and triangulated. Actually, down the Cape in Massachusetts, I just saw on Facebook today that a fireworks show, I guess maybe they were, like, getting ready for the fireworks for tomorrow, and the fireworks all exploded, like, prematurely, and someone got hurt. One person, I think, got really hurt. Worked in office from 3 p.m. on plot. Okay. Last one. Worked in office. I think I just heard thunder. In perfect timing, and went to barbecue. Unless it's the cat running up the stairs. Also, to Garfield. Or it could be fireworks too, I guess. Probably not, with the storms coming. A fireworks factory in California exploded. A factory, that's horrible. Your hometown has a fireworks store explode last year. Yeah, that's like... Just don't. I hate that. Around here somewhere, I can't remember what city, they did a drone show last year instead of fireworks, and everybody was like, oh, it's gonna be so lame. And they said it was actually really cool, and it didn't pollute the environment, and it didn't like make the dogs all scared and the people. Yep, that is definitely thunder. Let's see. It's upon us. Wow, what perfect timing. I think I'm probably not going to keep going because the likelihood of us losing power with this is kind of high. And I'd rather like end it on my terms than get kicked off. I don't mind. Rachel said she loves thunder. I'm like a little bit of, I get a little anxious with weather. I always, I tell Ian it's because I watched The Wizard of Oz too many times when I was too young. And I've like developed I'm better now, but like as a kid, I was so afraid of tornadoes. Like I always thought there was going to be one. It was going to be out of nowhere. Like now I understand when a tornado forms and what to do, but I was very, very nervous about that all the time. And then later in life, I figured out, oh, I bet it's because of The Wizard of Oz, because there were other things too. Like I thought there were monkeys in the woods. That was also because of Wizard of Oz. But yeah, I don't know. Weather makes me anxious. I'm like scared of trees falling and stuff. But, like I said, over here we get less intense storms. Like we get them less often than where I grew up. It was like throughout the whole summer we would get hailstorms and huge thunderstorms, and it's not even that far from here. But I guess it's just like we're near the monkeys and tornadoes. We're closer to the coast, so I think everything like calms down. One thing we don't need to worry about here is tornadoes or hurricanes or mosquitoes. I'm moving to Rachel's house. Not many storms where you live now. Yeah, I do. I like a little bit of summer thunderstorm. It's nice, but as long as it doesn't get too crazy. We've also had a couple of really good rainbows over here above our house. So maybe we'll get a rainbow. It's kind of late. Too late for a rainbow now, but here in Iowa, we get tornadoes and mosquitoes. Oh, Ohio. I said Iowa because I'm thinking of the diary. That's lovely. Ohio, you get tornadoes and mosquitoes. Yes. Yeah, the UK. Do they not get mosquitoes either? I thought mosquitoes were just everywhere. I would like to go to Ireland, too. We were going to a couple years ago. We wanted to. But we had like voucher tickets from COVID. One of our trips got canceled to Portugal. And then we were going to try to use those vouchers to go to Ireland instead. But they were a Portuguese airline, and we would have to go to Lisbon and then to Ireland. So it did not make sense money-wise. But we'd like to go there too. All right. Is it true there are no snakes in Ireland? Oh my gosh, Rachel, tell us. If so, where has Ireland been my whole life? I saw a snake today. Oh, I'm like cringing just thinking about it. I've had a garden for a couple of years, and this is the first time I've seen a snake. It wasn't even in the garden. It was like next to my driveway, and I was so not expecting it, and just like, ugh. I hate snakes. That was not something I was happy to see. Oh, you're going to Portugal in September. Nice. Where are you going? Lisbon? I've been to Lisbon, and we stayed like west of Lisbon, like on the coast. Oh, cool. My grandmother grew up near Porto. Kind of. I think probably more north of that, but my parents went there, and it was very nice. That's where we'll go next, I think, if we go again. We've been to Lisbon, and we've been to Madeira Island. You grew up in Florida. We used to get snakes in the house. Oh my god. That's nightmare fuel. Yeah, I don't really have a desire to ever live in Florida. There's too many. That place, like, you got the hurricanes, the flooding, alligators, snakes, lizards, the humidity. Like, I could just keep going. I don't see the appeal. Well, a lot of people do like it. It won't happen if you don't leave the door open. Okay. I don't leave my door open. Scorpions in Texas. Yikes. Yeah, here we're pretty lucky as far as rodents, reptiles. Like, we don't have we have mice and stuff over here, but we don't have anything like crazy. And we don't have We might have a couple of poisonous snakes, but it's not bad enough that, like, I don't even know what they are. So most snakes are not poisonous here. Most spiders are not. Or they won't kill you, you know. All right. I guess I'll log off and then maybe go watch this storm. Go find my flashlights, just in case. Because the power will go out if I don't have flashlights, but if I'm prepared, then it will be fine, right? All right. Good night, everybody. I'll see you one last time next week I'm in Massachusetts. Yeah, I know. I have to go charge my phone. I did a little bit earlier, but now it's down again. Next week is the last Ralph Live, definitely, because we only have August, and it's a lot of short entries, so we'll have a celebration next Thursday. You're in New Hampshire. I was just over there. I was telling everybody, I don't know if you were here, but I got bit by a black fly, I think, and my whole arm swelled up, and it was awful and nasty, but I'm better now. Is that it's that season right now? Is it black flies? I don't know. But man, it was not a mosquito. Whatever got me, maybe it was a spider or something. What, black flies are your state bird? What are we doing after Ralph? Good question. I have a big project lined up that includes, it's interesting. I have to figure out what is the best way to do it, like what order to read things in, but it includes letters. I think a horsefly I would have felt more. Like, that would sting. I've gotten bitten by a horsefly before. This was like, it felt like a mosquito, and I remember hitting it, like whacking it, but then I was not prepared for the welt. It was scary. I thought I was going to have to go get some antibiotics because it was just like so hot, but it was fine. Oh, yeah. I get like that even from mosquitoes, so... But not that bad. That was, it's bad this year, yeah. Clearly, we were there for 3 days and I got attacked. Okay, so the next project is a group. I don't know if it's all from the same author or if it's multiple authors, but it's definitely all from the same family. So we're going to have a lot to research, which will be cool. And it's letters, diary entries, records. It's a mix of a bunch of different things. So it'll be more putting the pieces together, definitely. So that'll be fun. But I was thinking of maybe sneaking in I have a bunch of diaries that are just sitting around that are like just 1 year of someone's life randomly. So maybe we'll do one of those in between. Because I feel like when we work on these big projects, we just don't ever have time for the smaller ones. So it might be nice to do a little like palette cleanser. Like in between the two big projects, we'll do a couple of smaller projects and we'll breeze through those, I'm sure. So yeah. What the channel that I'm on, Wicked Genetics, this is Things Lost and Found. Yes, an intermission. I love it. I think it would be refreshing to do an intermission. Yeah, so I call my channel Things Lost and Found, and I read through old diaries, and sometimes I research old photos and letters, and the goal is to return them to descendants after we're done. And these diaries, we're going to finish the last one next week. So there have been 6 diaries in this series, and we're going to return them to a woman named Phyllis, who's related to Ralph's wife. Ralph's up in the corner. So I might even send those before next week because I've taken the pictures already. So I'm done with the physical diaries. I can get them off to her. I get them from all different places. These were donated to me because I did another series that had to do with Iowa. And during that process, I had a newspaper article written about me in that area to try to find descendants of those diaries. And somebody from Iowa who read my article reached out to me and said, I have some other diaries if you want another project. And I accepted them graciously. And it's been really fun. It's been interesting to learn about Ralph and Georgia. I can show you some pictures of them before I log off. We have that one picture of Ralph up there, but there's more. These are all pictures of Ralph that we've found and fun facts about him. He was the mayor of Waterloo, Iowa. And we never found a picture of Georgia, maybe someday, but We have Ralph's parents here. And Ralph's siblings. For Georgia, we don't have a picture yet, but I have her signature that she put in one of her diaries. No, Phyllis, I had talked to her, and she, if I remember correctly, she told me that when she was young, these are AI pictures I generated to try to show their wedding. She told me that when they were young, she remembers Georgia coming, like, Georgia was older at that point, coming to, yeah, I know, Slippy is his last name. It's a funny last name. Coming to family dinners and stuff. But she doesn't, like, remember anything really about her, because she was really young and Georgia was really old, I think. Or I guess she didn't even live that old. She was, like, 60-something, I think. But she was older at the time, and she didn't really remember her interactions with her. I can look again, and I can ask her again if maybe there's anything she thought of that. These are Georgia's grandparents. This picture is horrifying, but it's the only one I could find. This is, I don't know if I said who this was. This is Georgia's dad. Georgia's uncle, well, great uncle, great aunt. And yeah, then we have other relatives and friends. We were able to find quite a few pictures of her friends. I know, a lot of these I found through Find a Grave or Ancestry. One of them, too, a bunch of them I found, I think this one's included in that. There was an old, like, atlas book of the area where Georgia lived, and a lot of the families had portraits inside the book. So I went through the whole book, and I looked at all the names, and I was like, oh, if I recognize any of the names, I copied it. This is from a newspaper. A lot of the pictures are from, like, a lot later in life. Oh, this is the one. Oh, sorry. This is the one from the books. Those are neighbors. That's one of her friends. And then a lot of Ralph's friends we found, because he was friends with them through college. So we found in the yearbooks, because his yearbooks at the school he went to happened to have photos, which is really cool, because some from back then don't have photos. So we were pretty much able to find anybody he mentioned in college. And then I also collect pictures of all the places that they mention. If anyone wants to scroll through these more, it's on my website. It's all on there for you. But that's old pictures of Waterloo. This is an old photo of the junior and senior class at Georgia's high school. I'm pretty sure we determined that she might have been in this picture, which is kind of cool. The hair is fire, the center part. I know, I loved looking through the old yearbooks. It is true, that must have been really in style, the complete center part. Oh, it's nasty outside. You know what? I do have to go because I got to take down my hanging plants. They're going to... No, maybe that's what Ian's doing. I just heard the front door open. All right, I'll see you guys next week. I gotta go batten down the hatches. All right, take care, you too. Ta-ta for now. All right, bye everybody. See you next week at 7.